Today we are going to start a new chapter of mathematics, and that is the real numbers, the first chapter of your math book. Now, what is a real number? Okay, real number means they are the set of both rational and irrational numbers. Real numbers are the set of both rational and irrational. দুটোকে মিলিয়ে real number. Okay. Now we have learned many things about what is a rational number, what is an irrational number in our class 9. So you don't have to study about these things here. But you have to study something new in this chapter. What is this? The first thing. The first thing is the Euclid's division algorithm. Euclid's division algorithm or Euclid's lemma. What is this algorithm or what is this rule tells us about? This tells that any number A can be defined as B into X plus R as remainder. We have studied in earlier classes what were that? That dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. The same thing can be applied here also, that any number A, the dividend can be represented as divisor into quotient plus remainder. So this is the Euclid's lemma, that I can represent any number as the product of two numbers along with the sum of a remainder. So this theorem can be used to calculate HCF of two numbers. How? Question: find HCF of 36 and suppose 56 using Euclid's lemma. How to solve this? The HCF of 36 and 56 using Euclid's lemma. For this, you will take the larger number. যেটা বড় সেটা আগে সাইড করবে। তো which one is the larger? 56 is larger. You will write 56 is equals to, how to write? Any number can be written as the product of two numbers plus a remainder. I can write 56 as 36 into 1 plus 20. Sir, why 1? 2 भी तो लिख सकते थे. 36 2 सा कौन होगा? 72. ये तो 56 से भी ज़्यादा हो गया. So ऐसा कोई नंबर लो ना जो 56 से कम हो. So that I can write a remainder here. So it will be 56 plus 56 equals to 36 into 1. 36 into 1 is 36 plus 20. So I am getting the 56. लेकिन here the remainder is not equals to 0. हमको ये तब तक करते जाना है until my remainder comes as 0. तो अब क्या करेंगे? Now I will take this as the first number and this as the second number. I will write 36 is equals to 20 into 1 plus 16. यहाँ भी remainder not equals to 0. बोले सर फिर यहाँ 1 क्यों लिए? Suppose if I took 20 into 2, 20 into 2 is 40. 40 will be more than 36. Therefore, I wrote only 20 into 1. So 20 into 1 is 20. 20 plus 16 is 36. Okay? But यहाँ भी remainder not equals to 0. अब next I will take this as my first number and this as my second number. I will write 20 is equals to 16 into 1 plus 4. Here also remainder not equals to 0. ठीक है? 16 into 1 16, 16 plus 4 is 20. हो गया? Now this is the first number, this is the second number. I will write 16 is equals to 4 into 4 plus 0. Here the remainder is equals to 0. है ना? What is 16? 16 is 4 into 4. 4 into 4 is 16 plus remainder 0. The remainder is 0, means no remainder is coming. Therefore, as this, the divisor which expresses my given number, that is my HCF. So therefore I have got HCF is equals to 4. This is the answer. বুঝতে পেরেছো? So this is how my HCF can be calculated by using this Euclid's lemma. I am giving one more example. Okay, so this is my question. How can I solve it? So, I will do the larger the number, so this is the larger, this is the smaller. So, I will write 115 equals to 46 into 2. Sir, 2 क्यों यहाँ 1 क्यों नहीं लिखे? क्योंकि 46 into 3 करेंगे तो I will get 138 ज्यादा हो जाएगा. 46 2s are 92 means it is coming near to 115. That's why I have written like this. So 46 2s are 92. 92 plus कितना होता है 20. Here the remainder not. Now what I will do? Now I will take this one. I have got the remainder equal to 0. So किसके कारण 0 है? 23 के कारण, क्योंकि 23 represented 46 as a whole. So therefore this 23 is my ऐसा ही में. Now suppose यहाँ तो 2 नंबर दिया. Suppose anyone tells you to find the HCF of 3 numbers, तब क्या करेंगे? Now how to solve this? You have to find the HCF of 16, 21, 30 using Euclid. Then you will take the first two. पहले दोनों शुरू करेंगे. Which one is the larger? 24 is the larger. I will write 24 is equals to 16 into 1 plus 8. Remainder not equals to 0. Then I will write now these two. I have got the HCF of 16 and 24 as 8. Now I will use, means in दोनों का मिला के आया 8. Now I will use this 8 and 36. Now I have 8 and 36. This the HCF that I got and the next number. So I can write 36 equals to 8 into 4 plus 4. Why? 36, 8 4 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 0. Here the remainder not equals to 0. Then I will write this and this. I can write 8 is equals to 4 into 2 plus 0. Here the remainder is equal to, so this is my remainder, this is my HCF. HCF of 16, 24 and 36. So, 3 का निकालना है, so here, like this will be. Okay, so this is how I can use this Euclid's lemma or this Euclid's division algorithm to find the HCF of 2 or 3 or 4 or any numbers that I want. Now, how to find the LCM through this process? So, we are moving on to the relation between HCF and LCM. The relation between these two is very simple. The first relation is that the product of HCF and LCM will be equal to the product of first number into second number, means the product of two numbers will be equal to the product of HCF and LCM. So therefore I can write that LCM will be equals to product of two numbers by HCF. You cannot apply this for three numbers or four numbers. It is exclusively applicable for two numbers. Whenever you are getting two numbers, then only you can apply the formula that the product of two numbers by HCF will give you the LCM. Why? Because HCF and LCM equals to first number into second number. This is my formula. This is my relation number one. And what is the relation number two? The second relation is that HCF is a factor of LCM. इसका मतलब means if I divide LCM by HCF, my remainder will be 0. पूरी तरह कट जाएगा. I will not get any remainder here. अगर कोई remainder आता है, that means that is the HCF is not a factor of LCM. Suppose 150 and 25. 150 and 25 पूरी कट गया, means HCF LCM are correct. लेकिन ऊपर में 150 and नीचे 35. 150 और 35 पूरी नहीं कटता, कुछ ना कुछ रिमाइंडर बच जाता है. That means this is not the correct HCF and LCM. So whenever you will get HCF and LCM, you must notice or you must verify that HCF must be the factor of the LCM. Correct. Now there are certain word problems that you will get on the basis of HCF and LCM. What are those word problems? The first one, if you get the number such as largest value or the greatest number, ऐसा अगर कोई HCF, अगर ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आया, you will apply HCF for that. ठीक है. लेकिन अगर ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आया, the simultaneously together, तो तब you have to apply LCM. If you are getting a question large, जहाँ पे largest value, greatest value, maximum number, ऐसा कोई word आए, you will go for HCF. लेकिन अगर तुमको कोई number ऐसा मिले, find the simultaneous together, you will go for LCM. This is the key to do the word problems. I will give an example for this. Suppose a question is given. Three bells ring at 5 minute, 8 minute, 10 minute respectively. If they all ring together at 10 a.m. when will they ring together again? फिर से कब together ring करेंगे, ऐसा क्वेश्चन किया है. So you are saying that you are getting this word together in this. तो जैसे you are getting this word together, what you have to apply? You have to apply the LCM. किन तीनों का? You have to find the LCM of 5, 8 and 10. So the LCM of 5, 8 and 10 is 40. That is equals to, they are all minutes, so it will be 14 minutes. So therefore, time at which they ring together again will be 10 a.m. plus 40 minutes. That is equals to 10:40 a.m. So this is how the word problems have to be solved. তোমাকে দেখতে হবে কি লার্জেস্ট ভ্যালু গ্রেটেস্ট ভ্যালু দিলে HCF का HCF फॉर्मूला क्या है? हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर और GCD ग्रेटेस्ट कॉमन डिवाइजर, और जहाँ हाईएस्ट वैल्यू गुलो करले HCF পাবে আর টুগেদার কি মাস সাইমultaneously তুমি LCM ইউজ করবে. This is how the word problems have to be solved. Correct. So this is all about the Euclid's lemma in the application of HCF and LCM. Now we are going to use Euclid's lemma to prove certain mathematical equations or to prove certain mathematical proofs. The Euclid's lemma used to prove some mathematical proofs. How? Okay, so we are back with our question. Question is that use Euclid's lemma to show that square of any number will be either 3m or 3m plus 1. जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन मिले कि शो दैट एज 3m plus 1, 3q plus 7, 9q plus 8, ऐसा क्वेश्चन कब भी मिले, you will take a number. यूक्लिड क्या बोला था? यूक्लिड told that any number can be represented as b into c plus r. I will also write that let the number equals to 3x plus r. सर 3 क्यों लिए? क्योंकि यहाँ 3 का टर्म दिया हुआ था. If 9 तो 9x, if 6 तो 6x, if 4 तो 4x. जो टर्म क्वेश्चन में दिया रहेगा, the same term I have to use for this 3x plus r. That the number is equals to 3 into something plus r. Okay. Now I will take r equals to 0. पहली बार में लेना r equal to 0. तो what I will get n? I will get the number is equals to 3x plus 0. That is equals to 3x. So therefore I have to find the square of a number. है ना? I have to find the square of a number. So n square कत हो यहाँ पे 3x का whole square, that is equals to 9x square. This 9x square can be written as 3 into 3x square. That is equals to 3 into something. 3 into which 3 is a factor. 3 के साथ कोई multiply हो रहा है. That is 3 into a. So I have proved that my square is of form 3m. But this is not the end. Because I have taken only r equal to 0. हमको 3 तक जाना है. Means r equal to 0 लेना है. r equals to 1 लेना है. r equals to 2 लेना है. 3 तक जाने में 3 बार करना है. Means 3 के पहले तक. अगर 6 तक लेंगे तो r equal to 0, r equals to 1, r equals to 2, r equals to 3, r equals to 5 तक जाना है. Means जो नंबर से शुरू करोगे उस नंबर के आगे तक जाना है. So I have taken r equal to 0. Now I will take r equals to 1. अगर r equals to 1 है, so what I will get the number? The number will be equals to 3x plus 1. So therefore what will be n square? N square will be 3x plus 1 का whole square. What it will be? क्या solve करने में मिलेगा? I will get 9x square plus 6x plus 1. See, 3 can be taken common from here. ऐसे 3 common ले सकते हैं. So I will get 3x square plus 2x plus 1. That is equal to 3 into something plus 1. That is 3m plus 1. I have proved this also. But only r equals to 1 हुआ. अभी भी एक चीज बाकी है. I will write here then r is equals to 2. Then what will be n? I will get n is equals to 3x plus 2. So therefore what will be n square? It will be 3x plus 2 का whole square. I will get 9x square plus 12x plus 4. I can write this as 9x square plus 12x plus 3 plus 1. This 4 को break करके I have written 3 plus 1. So क्या फायदा मिला? I am getting that this whole term 3 is common. Plus 1. That is again 3m plus 1. So कुछ भी कर लो. I am getting either the square as 3m plus 1 or 3m plus 1. So therefore I can write that therefore the square of any number, is equals to either 3m or 3m plus 1. So this is how I have used my Euclid's lemma in proving one of the mathematical identities. I will give one more example. So this is the question. What is the question? That only one out of n plus 1 or n plus 2 is divisible by 3. Prove it. I have to prove that only one number out of n plus 1 or n plus 2 will be divisible by 3. How? See, like this. I will take, let the number equals to 3x plus r. Let the number be 3x plus r. So first time when my r is 0, what I will get? I will get the number as 3x plus 0, that is equals to 3x. Okay, I have got my number as 3x. So what I will get here? N plus 1. My n plus 1 will be 3x plus 1. What I will get as n plus 2? I will get 3x plus 2. So here what I am getting? I am getting 3 numbers. What are the 3 numbers? I am getting 3x, 3x plus 1 and 3x plus 2. Out of 3, only 3x is divisible. हाँ, here only 3x. ये तो 3 से नहीं जा रहा है. So only 3x or n is divisible by 3. Here only 3x or n is divisible by 3. So my second topic, what was my second topic? R is equals to 1. So here my n will be 3x plus 1. This is my n. What I will get as n plus 1? I will get n plus 1 as 3x plus 1 plus 1. That is equals to 3x plus 2. What I will get as n plus 2? I will get 3x plus 1 plus 2. That is 3x plus 3. In the 3 cases, both the cons of 3 are only this one is going by 3. Because I can get 3 common and it will be x plus 1. So here only 3x was divisible, here only x was divisible. So here I can write that only 3x plus 3 or n plus 2 is divisible. क्वेश्चन क्या था हमारा? सो दैट तीनों में से कोई एक प्रूफ होगा. मीन्स द 3 नंबर्स आई एम गेटिंग मीन्स दिस वन फर्स्ट नंबर, सेकेंड नंबर, थर्ड नंबर, इन तीनों में से कोई एक ही डिविजिबल होगा. दैट आई हैव प्रूव्ड. इन तीनों में खाली 3x वाज डिविजिबल. यहाँ भी द 3 नंबर दैट आई एम गेटिंग फर्स्ट नंबर, सेकेंड नंबर, थर्ड नंबर, तीनों में से कोई एक ही डिविजिबल होगा. हाँ भाई, यहाँ सिर्फ यही वाला डिविजिबल है. देन द नेक्स्ट वन r इक्वल्स टू 2. Here the n will be 3x plus 2. So what I will get as n plus 1? So here again you can see 3x plus 2. 3 कॉमन फैक्टर नहीं है. 3x plus 4 3 कॉमन फैक्टर नहीं है, लेकिन 3x plus 3 दिस हैज अ कॉमन फैक्टर. दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 3 ब्रैकेट x plus 1 means this will be divisible by 4, this will be divisible by 3. So here I can say that here only तो यहाँ भी 3 नंबर था. द 3 numbers were 3x plus 2, 3x plus 3 and 3x plus 4. Here also only one out of the 3 is divisible by 4. So that was my question. What I had to prove? क्वेश्चन बोला था कि if 3 consecutive numbers are taken, n, n plus 1 and n plus 2, ये तीनों में से सिर्फ एक नंबर ही 3 से डिवाइड होगा. In the all the 3 cases, what I am getting that only one out of the 3 numbers that I have assumed is divisible by 3. So therefore my and is proved. So this is how you have to go for Euclid's lemma in proving mathematical identities. जो नंबर बोलेगा take the number equals to take the number as a representation of that number. जैसे तुमको बोला divisible by 3, so you have taken 3x plus r. अगर बोला divisible by 5 तो तुम लेते 5x plus r. यहाँ बोला गया 3m और 3m plus 1, that's why I 3x plus r. The number जो देगा the same number you have to apply for getting this kind of questions. नाउ ये तो था अबाउट यूक्लिड्स लेम्मा. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू प्रूव that how you have already studied in class 9 that root 2, root 3, root 5, these are all irrational numbers. How to prove that these are irrational numbers? How can I do this? Prove root 3 is rational. इस तरह का क्वेश्चन याद करके रट के एकदम लर्न बाय हार्ट करके जाना है. You don't have to use your brain, just memorize it, just learn it and go and apply in the examination. Just write the steps exactly as I am writing. कोई step miss मत करना. Step by step, how to write that? That prove root 3 is irrational. कैसे prove करें? See, let root 3 is rational. Therefore, this root 3 will be equals to P by Q, where P by Q are in simplest form. We know that any rational number can be represented as P by Q and they are in simplest form. So if root 3 is rational, then I can write that root 3 is equals to P by Q, where P by Q is in simplest form. So therefore, on squaring, what I am getting? I am getting here 3 is equals to P square by Q square. So therefore P square can be written as 3 into Q square. So 3 is a factor of P square or 3 is a factor of P itself. है ना? Suppose you write 15 equals to 3 into 5. What does it mean? कि this 3 is a factor of 15. You write 28 equals to 2 into 2 into 7. That means this 2 is a factor of 28. Similarly, I have written P square equals to 3 into Q square. इसका मतलब this 3 is a factor of P square. और अगर स्क्वायर का फैक्टर है तो 3 इज अ फैक्टर ऑफ P itself. P का तो फैक्टर होगा ही, है ना? So the next topic, again you will write here as again if 3 is a factor of P, then P is equals to 3x. P will be equal to 3 into something. Again squaring. Again you will square. What you will get? You will get here P square equal to 9x square. And what was the value of P square? P square was 3Q square. तो ये P square की जगह I will write 3Q square equal to 9x square. So therefore I am getting Q square is again 3 into x square. So 3 is a factor of Q square or 3 is a factor of Q itself. है ना? Similarly, जैसे यहाँ था P square equal to 3 into Q square means 3 is a factor of P. यहाँ निकला Q square equal to 3 into x square means 3 is a factor of Q. Now this is a contradiction. हो गया. What have you done? See, this is a contradiction as 3. यहां भी निकला what I got 3 is a factor of P और यहां क्या निकला 3 is a factor of Q. मीन्स 3 दोनों से कट रहा है, P को भी काट रहा है, Q को भी काट रहा है, पर यहां क्या लिखे थे, P एंड Q आर इन द सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म, वो कटेगा नहीं। शुरू में बोले P एंड Q आर इन द सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म, लास्ट में बोलता है P एंड Q दोनों 3 से कट गया। तो किसका बात सही है, शुरुआत का बात सही है कि लास्ट का बात सही है? ये तो हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि ये सारा कैलकुलेशन ही हुआ है शुरुआत का बात लेकर। अगर शुरुआत का बात गलत है तो लास्ट का बात ऑटोमेटिकली गलत होगा ही होगा। मीन्स ये कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है, दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल, ये हो ही नहीं सकता, ये गलत कर रहे हैं। So therefore by contradiction method, as this full process is wrong, means my root 3 is not rational. That is why root 3 is not rational. अब not rational है, irrational है या birational है या trirational, हमको जानना चाहते हैं। Not rational. You will write this like the same step. You cannot omit a single step or single line from this portion. जैसा दिया हुआ है सेम टू सेम जाके एग्जाम में कॉपी पेस्ट करना है। करेक्ट। सपोज आई एम गिविंग वन मोर एग्जांपल, जैसे यही मान लो ये रूट 3 की जगह देयर वाज गिवन show that root 7 is irrational। तो क्या करोगे, what I told, just do copy paste, copy paste, you are all expert in doing copy paste। चलो copy paste करो, क्या लिखा हुआ है, same thing you are going to paste here, let root 7 is rational, therefore root 7 equals to P by Q, where P by Q in simplest form। Now you will write squaring, what you are getting, 7 is equals to P square by Q square, therefore P square equals to 7 into Q square, so 7 is a factor of P square or 7 is a factor of P itself। Okay, now again if 7 is a factor of P, then P will be equal to 7x, then again squaring both sides, what I will get, P square equals to 49x square। So what is P square, P square was 7 to Q square, instead of P square I will write 7 into Q square equals to 49x square, so therefore I have got Q square equals to 49 by 7, that is equals to 7 again, 7x square, so 7 is a factor of Q square or 7 is a factor of Q itself। Then again these things, the whole thing I will write from here to here, that there is a contradiction because 7 is a common factor of both P and Q, but initially we have taken that P and Q in the simplest form, therefore by the process of contradiction this is not possible, hence root 7 is not rational। एकदम सेम टू सेम कॉपी किए, देखो खाली जहां जहां 3 था वहां 7 कर दिए, 3 का स्क्वायर 9 था वहां 7 का स्क्वायर 49 कर दिए। जो भी नंबर देगा द सेम प्रोसेस मस्ट बी अप्लाइड एंड विदाउट लिविंग अ सिंगल स्टेप। दिस इज हाउ यू कैन प्रूव एनी नंबर इज इररेशनल। करेक्ट। एक और तरह के इरेशनल है, लेट मी प्रूव। रूट 3 प्लस 1 is irrational। How we are going to prove this? ये कैसे प्रूव करें? For proving this, you will give by the same process that you will write. This was the question, and this is the answer. You will write. Let root 3 plus 1 is rational. Therefore, root 3 plus 1 will be equals to P by Q. If the plus 1 प्लस में आए, माइनस में आए, इंटू में आए, डिवाइड में आए, इस तरह का क्वेश्चन आए, the only target that you must take, that you have to separate root from others number. root को किसी भी तरह सबसे अलग करो. ठीक है, कैसे देखो यहाँ है ना. so I have got root 3 plus 1 equals to p by q. so therefore I can write that root 3 equals to p by q minus 1. so therefore root 3 equals to p minus q by q. So successfully I have separated root 3 from the others number. root 3 एक तरफ, बाकी सारा नंबर एक तरफ. Now you will write some statement. What will write? Here LHS is root 3, while RHS is P minus Q by Q in the form of A by B, means something by something, therefore rational. We know root 3 is irrational and A by B is rational. As irrational cannot be equals to rational, therefore by contradiction this assumption is not possible. Therefore root 3 plus 1 is not rational. हो गया. मीन्स देखो, रैशनल इज इक्वल टू रैशनल, इरेशनल इक्वल टू इरेशनल. बस हमको यहाँ क्या मिला? एक तरफ मिला इरेशनल, एक तरफ मिला रैशनल. दिस कैन नॉट बी ट्रू. देयरफॉर दिस असम्पशन इज रॉन्ग. ये पूरा का पूरा गलत है. देयरफॉर माय रूट 3 plus 1 इज नॉट रैशनल. एक और एग्जांपल. सपोज यू आर गेटिंग ए क्वेश्चन लाइक दिस. चलो इसको प्रूव करना है. 5 plus 1 by root 2 is irrational. इसको कैसे प्रूव करना? सेम प्रोसेस आई विल टेक. लेट 5 by 1 plus root 2 is rational. Therefore 5 by 1 plus root 2 equals to p by q. और क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो. आई विल गेट 5q equals to p plus p root 2. Therefore root 2 equals to 5q minus p by p. I have successfully separated root 2 from everything else. Now यही वाला ये फिर लिखना शुरू करो. Here LHS is root 2, which is irrational, but RHS is 5q minus p by p in the form of A by B, therefore rational. As irrational cannot be equals to rational, therefore by contradiction, comma, this assumption is not possible. Not possible. So 5 by 1 plus root 2 is not rational. Okay? असल में the last example. Here यहां क्या करें? Here we are having two roots. दो रूट है. यहां पे क्या करना है? If you are getting two roots to be proved irrational, the first part you will do, you will prove, you will square both the terms. You will say let root 5 minus root 3 is rational. Therefore, root 5 minus root 3 equals to p by q. यहाँ तक तो सेम था. Now you will write squaring both terms. Squaring. What I will get? I will get 5 plus 3 minus 2 root 15 equal to p square by q square. Because a minus b whole square, what is a minus b whole square? A square plus b square minus 2ab. So I have to separate this one. What I will get? I will get minus 2 root 15 equal to p square by q square minus 8. So therefore root 15 equals to 8q square minus p. Okay, I am p square minus 8q square by minus 2, or root 15 equals to 8q square minus p square by 2q square. है ना? So root 15 is separated, easily separated. Now ये वाला statement हमको फिर से लिख देना है. So this is how I can prove that if a polynomial term of a root is given, how to prove that it will be a irrational number like this. Okay, so these are two methods to prove a number is irrational. अगर सिर्फ एक नंबर दे देगा root 5, root 7, root 12, root 15 तो one process, और अगर ये प्लस माइनस दिया रहे तो this process. You have to separate root from other numbers. Correct? Now the last topic, linear simplification. That you have to represent the HCF of two numbers in the terms of the number given. That is, question ऐसा रहेगा, find HCF of 25 and 55. Represent HCF as 25x plus 55y. This is the question. Means first you have to find the HCF of 25 and 55, और once वो निकल गया you have to represent the HCF in terms of 25x plus 55y. कैसे? First find the HCF. तो HCF निकलेगा 55 equals to 25 into 2 plus 5. Now these two. 25 equals to 5 into 5 plus 0. So therefore my HCF equals to 20. Sorry, HCF equals to 5. HCF is 5. निकल गया. Now I have to represent this HCF in terms of these two numbers. कैसे निकलेगा? कहाँ मिल रहा है? यहाँ तक देखो, कहाँ मिल रहा है हमको 5? I am getting 5 here. So this 5 can be written as 55 minus 25 into 2. This can be written as 55 minus 25 into 2. Or I can write 25 into minus 2 plus 55 into 1. Therefore 25 into minus 2 is represented as 25x plus 55y, or x equals to minus 2 and y equals to 1. है ना? This 25 minus 2 का आगे लिखना तो क्या? minus 2 का मैं लिख देता हूँ 25 into minus 2 plus 55 into 1. This is the same as 25 into x plus 55 into y. So therefore ये x हो गया minus 2 and y हो गया 1. है ना? So therefore I can represent a HCF in the terms of the number given. चलो थोड़ा और hard देते हैं. Example. तो ये क्वेश्चन है, फाइंड HCF of 56 and 100. then represent 50 HCF of 56 plus HCF as 56A plus 100B. ये कैसे निकलेगा? Let's check. 100 is equals to 56 into 1 plus 44. Remainder not equals 0. अब क्या लेंगे? Now these two. 56 equals to 44 into 1 plus 12. Still remainder not equals 0. अब क्या लेंगे? These two. 44 equals to 12 into 3 plus 8. Still not equals to 0. 12 equals to 8 into 1 plus 4. Nah, still not equals to 0. 8 equals to 4 into 2 plus 0. हाँ निकल गया. So therefore I got HCF equals to 4. HCF 4 निकल गया. Now you have to represent this HCF in terms of 56 and 100. कैसे? You will write again. तो बताओ इस लाइन में 4 कहां मिल रहा है? सर 4 यहां पे मिल रहा है. How can I write 4? 4 can be written as this one. 12 minus 8 into 1. 1 लिखना नहीं लिखना कोई बराबर. 12 हो गया. अब एक घर ऊपर जाओ. क्या है? 8. How can I write 8? 8 can be written as this 8. ये रहने दो. 12 minus 8. This 8 नहीं लिख के क्या लिखेंगे? 8 can be written as 44 minus 12 into 3 into 1. है ना? See. तो क्या मिलेगा? I am getting 12 minus 44 plus 12 into 3. That is 12 into 4 minus 44. सर यहाँ 4 कहां से आया? देखो there was a 12 means 12 into 1 और यहाँ था 12 into 3. I combined this both and I got 12 into 4 minus 44. ठीक है. अब फिर एक घर ऊपर जाओ. What I am getting? I am getting 12. How can I write 12? I can write 12 as 56 minus 44 means this 12. यहाँ पे इस 8 को तोड़े थे, यहाँ पे 12 को तोड़ो. क्या लिखेंगे? 56 minus 44 into 4 minus 44. सही है? What I am getting? I am getting 56 into 4 minus 44 into 4 minus 44. So this minus 44 can be combined and can be written as 56 into 4 minus 44 into 5. ठीक है? Because here was 44 into 4. Here was 44 into 1. कुछ नहीं means 1. So दोनों माइनस है, दोनों मिला के 44 into 5 हो गया. Correct? Now अब एक घर और ऊपर जाओ. Now there is 44. What I can write 44? The 44 will be 100 minus 56 into 1. So इस 44 को अब तोड़ना है and I will write 56 into 4 minus 100 minus 56 into 5. What I am getting? I am getting 56 into 4 minus 100 into 5 plus 56 into 5. Correct? So I am getting यहाँ भी 56, यहाँ भी 56. दोनों मिला देंगे तो क्या मिलेगा? I am writing this here. क्या मिलेगा? I am getting हाँ सी. तो क्या मिला? आई गॉट 56 इंटू 4 ऑफ सॉरी गलती हो गई. हाँ सो व्हाट आई गॉट 56 इंटू 4 एंड 56 इंटू 5. 4 प्लस 5 कितना होता है? 9. 56 इंटू 9 और यहाँ क्या मिला? 100 इंटू 5. आई कैन राइट इन सब टर्म्स ऑफ प्लस. हाउ? 56 प्लस 9 प्लस 100 इंटू माइनस 5. दिस इज सेम एज 56A plus 100B. So therefore A का मतलब हो गया मेरा यहाँ पे, A का मतलब हो गया 9 और B का मतलब हो गया -5. A equals to 9 and B equals to -5. Means this 4 can be written as 56 into 9 plus 100 into -5. This is how you can represent a HCF in terms of the given two numbers. This is known as linear simplification. Linear simplification. Now, just I am giving you 3 miscellaneous examples from this chapter, and this chapter will come to an end. First one, check if a number can end with 0 or not. Check if a number is composite or not, or check if a number is terminating or non-terminating decimal. The first part, suppose you are given a question, check whether 4 to the power n can end with 0. This is a question. Can 4 to the power n ever end with 0? कभी क्या 4 to the power n 0 से खत्म हो सकता है? Let us check. I can write 4 to the power n equals to 2 into 2 to the power n. That is equals to 2 to the power n into 2 to the power n. To end with 0, that is 0, we need 10 as multiple. That is 2 into 5. 4 to the power n does not have 5. Therefore, 4 to the power n can never end with 0. Clear? Second question. Can 6 to the power n, or suppose say 15 to the power n, end with 0? Question mark. 15 to the power n. How can I find 15 to the power n? Can be written as 5 into 3 to the power n, that is 5 to the power n into 3 to the power n. To end with 0, we need 10 as multiple. That is 2 into 5. यहाँ पे 2 था, 5 मिसिंग था. यहाँ पे 5 और 3 है, लेकिन 2 मिसिंग है. ऐसी 15 का मतलब 5 into 3, बट 2 नहीं है. और 10 लास्ट में अगर 0 है, दैट मीन इज अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 10. 10 मतलब होता है 2 into 5, मीन्स 2 भी चाहिए, 5 भी चाहिए. यहाँ पे सिर्फ 2 था, 5 मिसिंग, देयरफॉर नॉट पॉसिबल. यहाँ पे 5 है, 3 है, पर 2 मिसिंग, देयरफॉर दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. Therefore, 15 to the power n cannot end with 0. लेकिन ऐसा कोई नंबर मिले, सपोज 60 to the power n, 60. 60 can be represented as 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. यहाँ पे 2 और 5 दोनों मिल रहा है, hence it can end with 0. लेकिन जहां पे 2 और 5 नहीं मिले, it can never end with 0. Clear? Next question. Check if a number is composite or prime. The question goes like this. If the is is 7 into 6 into 5 plus 7 a prime? क्या ये प्राइम नंबर है? What is the definition of prime? Prime number means a number which has only two factors, the number itself and 1. But if a number has more than two factors, there कोई भी दो नंबर मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, that is not a prime number. So क्या करेंगे? You will take common factors. Common factor निकालना शुरू करो. What I will get? I am getting here 7 as a common factor. I am getting 6 into 5 plus 1. 7 30 plus 1. I am getting 7 into 31. So there are two factors here, 7 and 31. दो factor मिल गया. So therefore it is composite. क्योंकि 7 और 31 दोनों को मिल के ये नंबर आ रहा. लेकिन अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन मिले, Check if this is a prime number or not. How I can get? Again take the common factors. क्या common factor? Again 7 is the common factor. I am getting 8 into 2 minus 5 into 3. Then 7 bracket में 16 minus 15. That's 7 into 1. You are not getting any other factor. 7 मिल रहा और 1 मिल रहा. So therefore this time it is a prime. Means जब भी you will ask to find composite और prime, you will have y prime. यहाँ prime क्यों, यहाँ पे composite क्यों हुआ? As two factors. यहाँ दो factor मिला 7 and 31. लेकिन यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही factor है 7. 1 तो सबका factor होता है. 1 is not a factor. 1 को लेना नहीं है. यहाँ पे कितना factor मिला? सिर्फ 1. Because as only one factor 7. यहाँ पे दो factor 7 and 31. यहाँ पे दो, यहाँ पे एक ही फैक्टर है. सो देयरफॉर दिस इज प्राइम एंड दिस इज कंपोजिट. करेक्ट. नाउ चेक इफ अ नंबर इज टर्मिनेटिंग और नॉन टर्मिनेटिंग. वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडी इन क्लास 9 कि जो कोई भी फ्रैक्शन इफ इट हैज डिनोमिनेटर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ 2 and 5, डिनोमिनेटर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ 2 and 5, इट इज टर्मिनेटिंग. 2 and 5 के अलावा कुछ भी हो इट इज नॉन टर्मिनेटिंग. बताओ. सो आई हैव 3 नंबर्स 7 to the power 7 by 20, 11, 24, 9 by 24. इसमें से कौन सा टर्मिनेटिंग है और कौन सा टर्मिनेटिंग नहीं है? सी दिस 7 by 2 into 2 into 5 ऐसे लिख सकते हैं. दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 11 by 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. This can be written as 9 by 5 into 5. सही है. So I can see that यहाँ पे this contains 2 and 3. This is not possible. Why? Because I told terminating तभी होगा if the denominator contains 2 or 5. यहाँ पे 2 और 5 दोनों है. हाँ सर this is terminating. ये terminating होगा. This is possible. सेम में सिर्फ 5 है, ये भी terminating होगा. सर कैसे? How? कैसे terminating होगा? You have to change this in the groups of 2 and 5. In the groups of 2 and 5. हाँ तो यहाँ कितना सारा, यहाँ तो 2 और 5 का एक ग्रुप मिला, यहाँ तो 2 and 5 का एक ग्रुप मिला, एक और ग्रुप बनाना बाकी है. तो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल मल्टीप्लाई. अपने मन से इसका ग्रुप कंप्लीट करने के लिए आई विल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5 नीचे एंड मल्टीप्लाई 5 ऊपर. तो कितना मिल गया? यहाँ भी एक ग्रुप मिल गया. यहाँ भी 5 है लेकिन 2 नहीं है, तो 2 का ग्रुप बनाना पड़ेगा. I will multiply this with 2. I will multiply this with 2. Hence ऊपर भी हमको 2 multiply करना पड़ेगा. So what I am getting? I am getting 35 by 10 into 10. Here I am getting 36 by 10 into 10. है ना? So नीचे 10 मतलब क्या? जितना सारा डेसिमल, यू नो, जितना सारा डेसिमल होता है उतना सारा हम, जितना सारा जीरो होता है उतना सारा डेसिमल आगे लेते हैं. तो how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. Means it will terminate after 2 decimals. So my answer will be 0.35. हो गया आंसर खत्म. Means that decimal will terminate after 2 points. क्योंकि 2 जीरो था. अगर 5 जीरो आता, I will give an example. कैसे होगा? ये 36, ये हो जाएगा 0.36. हो गया. Correct. Suppose I am giving a question like this. 63 by 64 यह टर्मिनेटिंग है या टर्मिनेटिंग नहीं है? लेट अस सी दिस 63 को तो 63 रख दिए, but the denominator 64 this can be converted as, this can be written as 2 to the power 6. 64 can be written as 2 to the power 6. सही है? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into चक्के 64 आता है. Now क्या बोले 2 या 5 के टर्म में? हाँ सर 2 के टर्म में है, मींस दिस इज टर्मिनेटिंग, या टर्मिनेटिंग होगा. कितना डेसिमल के बाद? इसको 2 और 5 का ग्रुप बनाना पड़ेगा. सो आई हैव 6 number of 2s. So how many 5 also I need? I need 6 number of 5, means 5 to the 6 करना पड़ेगा. अगर नीचे 5 to the power 6 किए हैं तो ऊपर भी 5 to the power 6 करना पड़ेगा. So क्या होगा आंसर? 63 into 5 to the power 6 कितना होगा? बाप रे बहुत बड़ा नंबर, हमको नहीं मालूम. लेकिन नीचे हो जाएगा 10 to the power 6 है ना, because 2 into 5 is 10, so 10 to the power 6 means 10 6 बार आ रहा है, means I am getting 6 zeros, means the decimal will terminate after 6 zeros. Therefore the decimal will terminate after 6 decimal points or 6 decimal places. So this is how I can check whether a number can be terminating or non-terminating. और अगर terminating है तो कितना सारा डेसिमल के बाद वो टर्मिनेट करेगा? हाउ? बाय चेंजिंग इट इनटू अ ग्रुप ऑफ 10. जितना सारा जीरोस उतना सारा डेसिमल. यहाँ 2 जीरो तो 2 डेसिमल, 2 जीरो 2 डेसिमल, यहाँ 6 जीरोस, 10 over 6 means 6 zeros, तो 6 decimals. This is how you can do this kind of questions. Now this is the end of chapter 1. Hope you will like enjoying your exercises from R.S. Agarwal. Thank you.